The Phoenix Suns have a serious problem. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sterling. Welcome back to ENT Basketball. Before we get into the video, make sure you guys go down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So game one of the Suns versus Nuggets series just wrapped up, and as I was watching this game, and as I've watched the Phoenix Suns in this playoff run so far, every game that I've watched, it's come to my mind that the Suns actually might not be as good as we might think they are, and it's due to one main reason. The Suns have a serious and very apparent lack of depth on their team. Now, ever since this team got put together and ever since the Kevin Durant trade, we've been talking about this team as if they are a contender, because when you have this amount of top-end talent on your team, when you have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and Chris Paul on your team, you're going to be in championship conversations, and that's very deserved for this team. I don't want to take anything away from this team. This is a very good team, and their top-end talent is very good. And we saw that in the Clippers series because everybody kept saying it. I said it on my video as well. The Clippers series was basically the top-end talent of the Suns versus the depth of the LA Clippers. Obviously, in most cases, the top-end talent is going to come out in that situation and win, but it's a lot easier to do that when you're playing against a team that is being led by Russell Westbrook and a team that doesn't have their top two best players, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. But once you get into a situation like this where you're starting to get deeper into the playoffs and you're starting to play against these top teams, they're playing against the number one seed right now, the Denver Nuggets. If they move on from here, they're going to have to play against one of these other top teams in the conference. And outside of Kevin Durant, D-Book, CP3, and Ayton, this team just doesn't have that many other options that can really step up and help take a load off of this team. We saw a game here and there where Torrey Craig's going to have a really good shooting night and propel them to a victory. Landry Shamet might have a good shooting night, although he's been atrocious lately. But on a night-to-night basis, this team just really has zero presence coming off the bench. And here's a number that I want to bring up to you guys. So first, I'm going to go through every remaining playoff team, and I'm going to list you how much they average from their bench production. So the Denver Nuggets, they averaged 20 points off the bench. The Boston Celtics averaged 27 points. The Warriors averaged 28. The Lakers averaged 28. The Kings averaged 39. The Knicks benched averaged 29. The Heat averaged 39. And the Philadelphia 76ers averaged 20. So out of all the remaining teams left in the playoffs, none of their benches average less than 20 points per game in these playoffs so far. But then you have the Phoenix Suns, and their bench production throughout these playoffs so far is averaging 16 points per game. By far an outlier and by far the worst of any playoff team remaining. And so like I said, you're able to get past a team like the LA Clippers who's missing their two best players because your top end talent is just that much better. But once you start getting to these teams, and these teams are going to game plan and have much better game plans against these Phoenix Suns team. And I think that once these teams start to really laser in on their game plan to try and slow down Devin Booker and Kevin Durant as much as they can, they're going to try their best to make all the other guys beat them, and they're going to live with it. They're going to let Landry Shamet shoot open shots. They're going to let Torrey Craig shoot open shots. They're going to let Damian Lee shoot open shots, and they're going to try and make these other guys beat them because they've proven so far that the bench production of the Suns is just not good at all. So what's going to happen is if Devin Booker isn't putting up these 40-point games like he did in the Clippers series, or if Kevin Durant isn't making all his shots, or if DeAndre Ayton isn't putting up a 20-10 game, and their top-end talent isn't able to propel them, there's nothing there to support them if that happens. There's just no depth to this team whatsoever at all. And so here's some more stats that I want to bring up. During the Clippers series, in Game 1, the Suns starters put up 100 points. In Game 2, they put up 110 points. Game 3, they put up 111. Game 4, they put up 103 points. In Game 5, they put up 112. So in every single game in the Clippers series, the Suns starters as a collective were able to put up 100 points every single game. But then tonight against the Nuggets, the Suns starters only as a collective scored 83 points. But the way that it's looking right now is that the Suns starters are basically going to have to play amazing, and they're basically going to have to put up near 100 points every game if the Suns want to have a fighting chance in this series and moving on in the playoffs. And again, I'm not saying that that's out of the realm of possibility because they have Devin Booker who on any given night can put up 40. Same with Kevin Durant. But if these teams make the other guys try and beat them, it's not going to look good for the Suns. And again, I'm going to continue to reiterate it. You're going to be able to get by a team like the Clippers playing that way, but it's just not going to work for you in a series like against the #1 seed Nuggets, or if they move on in the conference finals, they're going to be playing against another really tough team. And so like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm out on the Suns as contenders because we've seen time and time again in recent years that the whole super team, like starters are going to carry you to the finals and win a championship. It's not really like the meta anymore in the NBA right now because depth continues to become more and more important again due to things like injuries or just due to things like last season when Jordan Poole was putting up these crazy performances in the playoffs for the Warriors. You need guys like that off the bench, and you need your supporting cast to be able to step up and take pressure off of your starters. And so yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Go down below, leave me a comment if you think that the Suns are contenders. I'm not really trying to overreact to just this one game against the Nuggets, but this has been a thing that I've been seeing in the entire Clippers series where the Suns' top-end talent is just having to carry them, and there might be certain situations where they might not be able to do that. So leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe to ENT Basketball. As always, I'm your boy Sterling. Thank you guys so much for watching this video on ENT Basketball, and I'm out of here.